Hey, everybody. This is Beastworm Gaming, and I am playing in my main account. And as you can see, I am fighting the snail. No, this is not my snail at 15.3 million. I am right behind it at 2.5 million. I started this morning. I'm having pretty good luck with it. I upgraded a couple snails, nothing major, just 12 to 13s, and they were more on the rare and on the epic side. So I don't exactly know how much they're going to help. They're more of the high energy farmer types. So what I was kind of hoping is that they would just stay with the snail, kind of chipping away. Mainly, I've been focusing on keeping the crit rate higher, which is the tropical drinks. I haven't been doing the stingers, so the time is probably going to be a little longer. I've been kind of noticing that. Um, Once again, this is my unlucky account, so if I get a gold, I wouldn't be surprised. Uh, but I got a Supreme last time, so I might get a Supreme this time. I haven't changed the amulet, because the last time it didn't give me any goo conversion. So I'm kind of expecting, the usual goo, maybe or maybe not goo conversion, maybe 12 glue, just kind of like the usual stuff, right? I'd be surprised if I finally get a gifted egg. I can't believe that I have not gotten a gifted egg. But we'll see. We'll see, right? We'll see. So that's the thing with the snail. I actually have gotten to a point where I'm comfortable with the snail. It's going down. It's going down within a reasonable amount of time. I hit the coconut. Speaking of which, I got to do the coconut thing. This is probably one of the last few times, and that time I just missed it completely. And that's the thing about the coconut thing, right? Sometimes you get a good hit, and when you get a good hit, you get about 5,200. If you get a decent hit, it's about 1,000. And sometimes you just do not get a hit at all. But hey, something's better than nothing, and nothing is nothing. Okay, so here's my thinking is that on the other account, on the noob account, I was doing some farming with the Petal Wand. The first day with the Petal Wand, and I kind of just wanted to remember what it was like to go from the Porcelain Dipper to the Petal Wand, and there is a huge difference. So for those who have the Porcelain Dipper, it's very good. It's a huge jump from even the Spark Staff, which is the 60 million. You can definitely tell why it's more than double the cost. But you also have to work toward the Porcelain Dipper and then the Petal Wand. Because you have to say, all right, with the Petal Wand, I finally have to craft things. Why do I have to craft things? Well, it's important because the crafting of anything kind of shows you that you have to work harder in attaining a item. Kind of like the backpack. The white backpack is great. It finally has stats that the honey backpack doesn't have, right? But then you start looking at the coconut backpack, which is the upgrade. It doesn't take a lot of stuff to craft it. It looks like a lot, but if you do the crafting, as I always say, start crafting, start crafting. Now the crafting is more important because you just used a considerable amount of stuff. Because right now, after you get the Petal Wand, you have more choices. You can farm faster, so you get more honey money, right? And you can decide, okay, do I go for the coconut clogs? Because that increases attack by 5%. Do I go for a mask? And what mask, right? If you're going to get stingers and you have a decent amount of stingers. Do I go for the Cobalt or Crimson Guard? Those are good. Do I keep saving up for 500 stingers and try to get the Demon Mask? Because that doesn't take a lot of glue. I think that takes only like 100 glue. Takes 250 stingers and maybe something else. I think like 500 strawberries. But the big thing is the stingers. You know, people think 500 stingers, that's a lot. There's different ways. If you're a pay to play, you buy tickets and you can make up the stingers that way. If you're a free to play, you just play it every day. You're going to get the daily bonus. You're going to get the stingers, and you'll be surprised at how they build up. On this account, after I got the Demon Mask, or even before I got the Demon Mask, and the reason I got the Demon Mask is the first thing that popped up was that I was like, wow, I got 500 stingers. So anyway, after you get the Petal Wand, you'll be amazed at if you just craft every day, you kind of find out what thing you're going to go after. Now, normally, people tend to say Gummy Mask because they want something that could help them farm faster. They see that the Petal Wand helps them farm a lot more, and they're like, I want to have a lot more, you know, because the Gummy Mask, total goo field, total goo conversion, because that just goes right like into, I mean, it bypasses the pollen. The Gummy Morph goes right into the honey, right? That's what's great. The Gummy Mask is just a great mask to have. And it's relatively easy, except for the glue, and if you're not like in a big rush, it's something that you can do. The 5 billion, it seems like a lot, but if you know what I'm talking about, the 5 billion adds up pretty quick, you know? Now, my thinking is always upgrade your bees until you're ready to get another hive slot. I haven't gotten a hive slot in a long time because I look at the cost of the hive slot and then I look at the cost of upgrading my bees. My bees are kind of all around the board. I think I still got a couple 7s, a couple 10s, and then it's kind of split between 8 and 9. I got to move the 8s to the 9s. The 7s are more bees that aren't really as important, right? Aren't really as important. I got 2 tadpole bees that aren't gifted because they have the passives. They have things that are useful, and when you gift them, it doesn't really do that much to increase the hive except for the blue pollen increase. So that's why I've kind of left them alone, and I haven't done a hive slot because I'm kind of waiting to see what my other mythic is, kind of. I've been playing the Ant Challenge, and I actually got a high score of 145, which tells me that if I change 1 or 2 things, I could probably raise that meter 1 more time before the minute-and-a-half mark, which would give me 5 extra bees. I mean, not bees, but 5 extra ants, and get me to the 150, maybe on a consistent basis, and I can get that supreme ant amulet. Okay, so this Petal Wand gives you several options on what to do next. So you got the guards, you got a mask, and now you even got the clogs. But to get the clogs, you have to be crabby. And of course, to be crabby, you have to look at maybe something beforehand, because you don't want to, or you prefer not to be there for 30 minutes, and the longer you're there, there's a chance of getting killed, right? And that's happened to me like a couple times. Getting close to killing Krabby, and then I get hit a couple times, or I've even fell off. So that's why you take the money that you have and you want to level up your bees. So a lot of farming. So that's where my mind is. The boots or a mask. If I go with a mask, what mask? Do I do one of the what you want to call the lower tier masks? Because that's something to think about too. If I go with fire, then I have the honey mask and I have the fire mask. The fire masks obviously is good for red fields, and it's good for the red bees. The red bees get an extra attack, and it can help me with Krabby, and it can help me with Snail. The question is how much? You know, like how much? I don't have any amulets that have any plus attack yet, right? So do I wait for an amulet that gives a plus attack? Do I wait until I get a supreme ant amulet that has a plus attack and actually see what that does? And once I get that, then do I say, okay, now I want to get a fire mask, which gives a +2 to the fire, because I think I have like 8 fire, and I want more. But then I also want more lion bees because they could potentially last longer. So you have to think about like all this stuff. The Petal Wand gives you so many options because it gives you so much more money. Also, you want to start thinking about gifting certain bees. Okay, you want to start thinking about gifting certain bees if you can. I have one more star treat out there, and that's do the ant challenge, as well as, no, I got another one, which is on it. Complete that. So I actually have 2 more star treats coming up, and I've been thinking about what bees to gift with that. One is probably Tabby, because I've noticed with the more Tabby tokens, the gathering amount increases quite fast. So there's things like that that I think about. Because now the big thing is going to be bee speed, bee ability, and then finally leveling the bees up. So this Petal Wand, more honey money, more options, always crafting. You got to be thinking about crafting too, because if you're going to do the coconut clogs, it's oil. It's oil, right? It's definitely oil. You got to think about your magic beans, because magic beans helps with glitter. Yes, magic beans will pull out things for glue, because you need a lot of glue for the gummy mask, and the and pineapples for enzymes. But then you have to think, okay, that's cool, but there's glue too, and I need gumdrops for glue. So it kind of goes to the whole thinking of making choices now. You got the Petal Wand, it's time to make choices, because everything is going to impact your game. You know, if you're seriously going to take this game to the next level, you have to think about what am I going to do to make this game better. Also, event bees. Event bees and mythic bees, right? I got a question about the bear bee. Why do I need the bear bee, or should I get the bear bee? So really quick, let's look at the bear bee, right? The bear bee. Bear bee actually is one of the few bees that raises you to the next level, not because of the gifted high bonus, 5% pollen. That's good. But because of the bear morph. The bear morph actually allows you to eventually get rid of the hasty bee, because the coconut clogs will increase your speed, and the bear bee, its tokens just by itself will increase your speed. See, here it is. Here it is. And it will double the pollen that you take. So it does a lot of things just by itself. And if you have the stubborn bee, I believe, it keeps the token out there. So it does a lot of things that the hasty bee would normally do as a early noob, but now you can kind of think about getting rid of the hasty bee, which is really cool. So as a later noob, and I'm just going to stay with the noob concept, you can say if I can afford a bee, right? That's why I think the bear bee stays around is because people were like, the bear bee is probably better than the windy bee in terms of replacement, because what are you going to replace the windy bee with? The windy bee doesn't replace any other bee. It's just a great bee. All right, so my snail is about to die. I'm going to take a pause right there, and I'm going to see what type of amulet I have. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Let's see if I get anything. Let's see if this tornado is going to pick anything up. I don't think there is a baby loot luck anywhere. I don't see anything. I'm not gathering anything. I'm kind of moving my guy around to see. Okay, I don't think anything's around. There's no loot luck. Look at that. There's always a loot luck somewhere. And it gives me a gold. It gives me a gold. Oh, okay, but let's just see. Goo. Honey from tokens. Pollen from tools. Dump field. But let's actually see the rewards though. Look at that. 15 glue. 2 star treats. It's actually not bad. I mean, that's actually more than what I would get with the Supreme. And let's see. Magic beans. Star jellies, the bond. Not really anything else. So obviously we're going to keep the old. Now the last thing that I want to say is obviously about the vector bee, because somebody asked me about the vector bee. The vector bee I need to pull up really quick because I don't have a vector bee on this account. Oh no, I take that back. I got a vector bee on this account. I don't have a vector bee on the noob account. The vector bee is what I call the sniper bee. It's a selfish bee in that it just takes care of itself for the most part. The vector bee, however, does have a triangular shadow every once in a while that will take pollen and will pick up the tokens. So that's good, but you kind of have to be aware of it, because if you don't, it could be a small sliver or it can be a wide angle. So that's good, but it doesn't take like a huge amount, right? So it's like one of those bees that you can really make it high energy. Mine's like over 1,000, and I was able to do it pretty quick, and it hits hard. It's a colorless, so you know what that means. That means the lion bee, the belt, they add 3 really quick. High energy, hit points. It stays out there just like the lion bee, just like the fuzzy bee. It does both of those things wrapped in one bee. It's considered the 4th out of the 4 mythic bees. I didn't like it until it got leveled up high, and that's the thing about the vector bee. It has to be leveled up, I think, past 12 to actually show its true strength. Alright, so that's it. Thank you very much. I got the gold amulet. See you guys in the next video.